As a first year teacher and coach, the principal of the school I was at shared a poem by Edgar Guest. It goes like this: I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day. I'd rather one should walk with me than merely tell the way. The eye's a better pupil and more willing than the ear. Fine counsel is confusing, but example's always clear. And the best of all the preachers are the men who live their creeds. For to see good put in action is what everybody needs. I soon can learn to do it if you'll let me see it done. I can watch your hands in action, but your tongue too fast may run. And the lecture you deliver may be very wise and true, but I'd rather get my lessons by observing what you do. For I might misunderstand you and the high advice you give, but there's no misunderstanding how you act and how you live. When I see a deed of kindness, I am eager to be kind. When a weaker brother stumbles and a stronger man stays behind, just to see if he can help him, then the wish grows strong in me to become as big and thoughtful as I know that friend to be. And all travelers can witness that the best of guides today is not the one who tells them, but the one who shows the way. One good man teaches many. Men believe what they behold. One deed of kindness noticed is worth 40 that are told. Who stands with men of honor learns to hold his honor dear. For right living speaks a language which to everyone is clear. Though an able speaker charms me with his eloquence, I'd say, I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day. And you know, it's important that we be seen and be known. It's also important that we be heard. And being heard is such an important part of what we do as campus chaplains, as character coaches, that it makes me think of Jesus. Jesus was the master storyteller. It's been said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And your job as a character coach is to paint a picture for the athletes and the coaches you serve. Not only is it to paint a picture, but it's to portray a principle. And part of that is realizing that what we say needs to be done in such a way that it impacts the hearer. My speech teacher in college put it this way. He said there are 5 B's to public speaking. Be brief, brother, be brief. As a chapel speaker for the University of Michigan football team, I learned the importance of being brief. The coaches would call and say, you have 13 minutes to speak in chapel. And I'd usually plan my talk for about 10 minutes because I knew that at 10 minutes, all the coaches would start looking at their watches because their time is so valuable. In fact, it's the most valuable commodity you have, your time. Once it's spent, you can never get it back. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15 says, live wisely because you want to make the most of your time, for the days are evil. We want to make the most of the time that we have with the athletes and coaches that we share with. So we want to be seen, be known, be heard. John Maxwell says it this way. He says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. My junior high football coach was a man by the name of Jack Enderley. He put me at the position of center, and he said to me this: nothing happens without you. What he was saying is the play doesn't start until you snap the ball. What I heard as a 7th grader was you're important. Because what is heard oftentimes is not exactly what the speaker says. So we need to be aware of being heard. You are making an investment of your time, your talent, and your treasure in the lives of people for eternity. One of the ways that we can more effectively be heard is by praying for our coaches and athletes and with them. Pray specific. Pray about their needs, their concerns, their desires. And secondly, be vulnerable. You aren't perfect. Share with them the challenges that you've had. Share with them maybe even the failures that you've had. A number of years ago, there was a television commercial that put it this way. E.F. Hutton was a stockbroker. And the commercial went like this: when E.F. Hutton speaks, people listen. So I guess the question that comes to mind is, are you worth listening to? Are you worth being heard? Take advantage of your time, your talent, your treasure, and speak into the lives of young people who are going to live eternity somewhere. The athletes and coaches that you care about need to hear from you. Thanks.